Welcome back to Watching Film with Seth Varnadore. Now, I'm going to take a look at the Florida offense against the Alabama defense. Big epic game requires a big epic breakdown, so I'm going to be looking at kind of every play of consequence the Florida offense ran against Alabama. I thought Florida had a really good plan. Didn't mix up personnel groupings very much, but that also kept the same personnel on the field for Alabama. Allowed Florida to get some long drives. I think their touchdown drives in the second half were 10 plays, 11 plays, and 11 plays. So kind of methodically moving the ball down the field, keeping those guys on the field, wearing them out a little bit, using a little bit of that Florida humidity. Even though Alabama's got a lot of guys from Florida, but that's a discussion for another day. I thought Florida had a good plan, and we're going to go through and see some of the schemes they used early and often throughout the game to get back in the game and just narrowly come up a little bit short here. So we'll get started here. First play of the game for Florida, down 7-0. So this is something they came to a lot. He's going to be kind of a speed out guy. He's got a vertical. It's hard to tell exactly what he's got from this view. Could be a corner. I would think it's a corner because to me this looks like kind of you're running almost like boot type stuff. He's going to be coming across. And the tight end's going to kind of block down like he's part of the run game and then get out late. And that's where they hit a ton, is that getting out late there. So let's watch it through here. Run fake, roll out. You get him outside trying to get underneath the speed out. That opens up a throw here. If you were to get him flying there, that would open up this next window for him. He doesn't take it. Emory Jones drops it down. Not a big gain, but they become bigger as the game goes on. Second down here. 3 receivers up top. Nub tight end down here. Florida loves to run a lot of kind of corner flat out of this, but I think they wanted to get quick game early. So they kind of run like a pivot wheel out of this. So he kind of gets caught up. It looks like here the end ends up running with the wheel route. Right here he's going to pivot off him, work back outside. Good ball on him there for the first down. That's what you want. Get leverage on the backer, run away from him. Good ball. I think Emory Jones gets a lot of flack. That's a good ball away from the backer there. Could it be a little bit lower? Yeah, it could be a little bit. Easier catch and run, right, if I just stick it right on his body. But away from the backer, catchable ball for a first down. This is something Florida did a lot. Alabama did it too, but Florida used it a lot more, I thought, than they showed the first few weeks. A lot of motion. I think they did it to displace safeties. Right here, a little power lock. So you see when Florida motions, you kind of get a safety go back. Safety kind of rotate down to the box a little bit. Yeah, power lock, so I'm locked there. Traditional power, you'd have a 2 backs, right? So 1 back power, you kind of lock the tight end on where the fullback would kind of be kicking. We're down, 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 wrapping for this backer. Cutting the backside. As much flack as this guy gets right here. Right tackle, watch this down block on what may be Alabama's best player. That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. So little power lock here on first down. Get you a pretty good gain. Get you into 2nd and 6. Again, motion. Speed option. Nick Saban said after the game, speed option took them out of a lot of stuff. So right here, to me, a lot of teams like to run speed option away from the 3 receiver side, weak. He's the option man. Obviously, the block's there, but now he's right. I'm pitching off him, but now he becomes a factor, right? He can come downhill and make the play in the run game. So I think what Florida decided to do is they're going to motion over to it. Now, blocks here. He's still the guy I'm going to pitch off of. I can get to the second level there. So use motion to kind of create that advantage. So you see right here, that safety would have been coming down free is now blocked. Block there. The back's able to turn it up for a big gain on the speed option there. And a lot of that is created with that motion. You create that structure to the block right there with the motion. Right? That safety's going to come fill anyways. You might as well have somebody block them. So they get that with the motion. Easy pitch. Great job by the back getting vertical. Cutting across some bodies here. Picking up a big first down. So right here, this is something Florida did a ton. This is probably... Emory had a couple bad decisions, I thought. Some of his other throws were just kind of... I think he was trying to throw away from people, and we'll get to those. But another wrinkle you saw from Mullen a lot throughout the game. 1, 2, 3 receivers into the boundary. So you have one to the short side or one to the wide side of the field. Even if the safety's trying to get over the top here, look at all the room you have one-on-one. And then what this also gave Florida a lot is this linebacker on this running back in the passing game. You'll see Florida could have taken advantage of this a ton. I think they got something similar last year from Georgia where you got the backs isolated on the backer. So putting formation into the boundary, which is not common, most people want to put more bodies to the wide side of the field. So you put 3 guys into the boundary here. You've got to play it because if you don't, Florida can throw screens up here. Right? So the defense has to respect it. When Hugh Freeze was giving Saban all kinds of trouble, they put formation into the boundary. Alabama wouldn't match it, and they just throw these quick screens out there and get huge gains. So Alabama's got to match it. Now you got all kinds of room over here, and then all kinds of room for your back to operate. This is kind of just really a bad throw from Emory right here. I think it's the right decision, but this is the same one he kind of gets later. A similar look where you could drop it here. This is the right decision, but it's a little bit of a tougher throw where you could just kind of drop it to him there. But this is not the wrong decision. You got your back one-on-one with the backer. He's inside leverage. Look at all that room you got out there. Just make a little bit better throw here. And if you don't like it and you have a chance, he doesn't really have a ton of a chance here. He gets pressure in his face that probably affects the throw a little bit. But you've got kind of, you see how it's built in here, right? So to me, this looks like a drive concept to the top. If he flies out, you've got the shallow coming. And if somebody's dropped down on the shallow, you got a dig coming back underneath it. Little drive concept for Florida. He had the back, just put it on him. I think protection played a little bit of an issue there. So again, motion here. So pretty similar to the first play here. Different formation. Now you motion to it. Motion into it. Get the safety down. Get him to play wide here. Again, you got a vertical. Looks like a speed out, but this may be a speed out and up. It's you can kind of see from the other angle. Down and then release late. So block and then release late. Doesn't even have to really block it that much. You see, look, he's kind of speed out, but I think he looks to turn it up here. That's like if you can get time later, that would be the throw, right? But this is a good decision right here. Because he's really just going to try to hold him for just 1 second and then release and go. The quarterback has time to make his fake. Then give ground, make this guy come to you, drop it to him. Easy throw. Really good concept. And he's able to get vertical with the route by Whittemore really widening this space right here. His route's widening this space. If he were to drive on this, then, like we said earlier, you got that coming behind it. Good sequencing here. Good playing by Mullen. getting these easy throws, and they got this a few times during the game. The one time they didn't get it, I think, was 4th down. So right here, motion the back out. Again, formation in the boundary. 1, 2, 3 into the boundary. 1 to the field. Again, all kinds of room up top. They're going to motion him. Who goes out with him? You end up getting him going out with him. Pulling the backside guard here. Really good run by Emory. That's the thing I think people don't realize about him is he's a really strong runner for not having the biggest build. I don't know if he's got the option to throw it. I would think he does, but this is kind of like a little bit of almost like a little bit of a counter look with him selling that. I wouldn't be mad if he threw it out there, but he decides to keep it. Great run by him on 1st down there, picking up some good yards, and then you draw Alabama off sides. You get another 1st down here, empty. The difference between this year and last year is a lot of times when you went empty, these guys still didn't play in the box. They still played, or they kept safeties over the top and played them out. You got a 5-man box a lot. That's not going to be the case this year. Florida still does a good job blocking this here. Again, this looks like power lock. 1 back power. Locks that. Down, down, down. Pretty good block. Not bad by the tight end. Guard pulls. Emory reads the block. Gets vertical. Picks up 8 yards. Good run here by Emory. Good job sticking his foot in the ground and getting vertical. Picking up 8 yards. This is something we saw in the first few weeks. You want to talk about formation of the boundary. 1, 2, 3, 4 to this side. Look at all the room you've got over here. Florida just tries to go outside zone here, I believe. You get some interior penetration right here that kind of kills the play. Looked like Alabama was running a game up front. He's going to go down inside here. He's going to come around. That kind of kills the play right here. Again, good and pretty. Alabama's well coached too. You see that penetration right there. He's down. He kind of splits these guys, causes them to kind of stay with him, allowing this guy to scrape around the top there. Kind of forces the play back and forces it to bounce. Alabama's able to make the tackle there. Third and 6. Again, it really looks like we're getting vertical. He may be going to the back of the end zone, and then I'm going to get vertical and then try to come right underneath them to the front of the end zone here. You got corner. Looks like he's kind of just jacking around. I think he's probably just trying to keep the middle clear, right? I don't know what he's got to go on here. But this is one thing I like from Emory right here. I don't know if he's reading this side or if he's just holding these guys. But watch his eyes start here and how that doesn't let the linebacker fly out underneath. All right? See how the linebacker's playing. Because Emory initially starts eyes here. If Emory looks right here right away, this guy's flying underneath. You'll see how close he gets anyway, just because it's such a compressed space. But right there, he's able to hold him. This is a catchable ball down here. You're hoping your big body receiver kind of comes down with it. It was not an easy catch, though. Alabama defensive back made a great play. But I thought it was good to see Emory hold. Whether he's looking here for this matchup or if he's just holding this guy. But it keeps him out of the throw. There he is. Imagine if Emory looked this way the whole time. He's probably housing that because he's right underneath the throw window. So Emory holds him, gives himself a chance here, doesn't complete the throw. Not a bad throw, but I think a good play by the Alabama defensive back playing through the hands of the Florida receiver. Florida has to settle for a field goal. All right, so first play, next drive. 1, 2, 3, 4 to a side. I think this is just a bust on the play call. One of these guys busts. It's either slice where I'm kicking him out, or it's supposed to be a bluff and he comes like he's kicking him out and then wraps around. I think the way Emery pulls it, if it's slice, he's not really pulling this, right? Because who am I reading if I'm kicking out the end? So right here, if I'm kicking him out, I'm not going to read him. Right? I don't block guys I read. So if Emery's pulling this on a read and he's right, that means we probably should have bluffed that, gone for him. If Emery's wrong, then you got slice here. You should have just given it, right? Look at it from the back view. My guess would be, looks like you got some kind of pin pull thing here. My guess is that he's supposed to bluff, and now he's there for him. So when Emery pulls this, right, instead of getting blocked into the play, he's going around him. The way he was playing, he dips inside. Now you got the blocker for Emery out there, and it's basically just a foot race between Emery and the linebacker, right? Or if Emery's wrong, then and this is a slice, then you just hand this ball to the back and let him go. There's no read if you're kicking this guy out, right? So somebody busted right there. If it was a read, it could have been a real big play with Emery pulling it. If it was a slice, I think it could have been a decent play given it too. You look like you have guys, you have numbers there. But I think it was a bust, right? It was a bust by somebody. I would tend to say that Emery was correct, but he may have been wrong. So now you're getting 2nd and 13. Instead of having what looked like a pretty good play on first down, you get a 2nd 13. You're just going to run zone and kind of insert ISO here, basically. Bring him across the formation on ISO. Kind of a little slow developing. Alabama was able to kind of get off some blocks and hold it to about a 3-yard gain. But that's the idea. Good idea behind the play. It just didn't quite happen quick enough. And you want to hold your block a little bit better on the edge there. But, listen, they call plays too. Motion again. And if Florida gets what they want here, it's hard to tell exactly. He's going to run kind of a sit. It looks like it's a corner, but he's going to kind of sit down on it. I think that's what they're running there. It's either that or a corner, but here the problem is this. Up front, Alabama runs a game. Florida does not pick it up. Right, we're going to go inside here. He's going to go inside, and he's going to look to come all the way back around, right? So Florida does not pass this off well. Right here, he's looking. Right, he sees his man go in. So he's got his eyes looking for something coming there. Unfortunately, there's something coming there too. He thinks he's got help on the inside. So he kind of takes half a man there. And he's got his eyes looking for this guy coming back around, right? So just kind of a miscommunication. This guy squirts free. Emery makes the right read here. He has to throw it a little sooner than he'd like to. You'll see, I think there's another view here. You'll see he throws it before the receiver's made his break. Here's a good look at it right here. You can see the eyes of the left tackle. He thinks he's got help, and he's looking for this other one. So he passes this one off. Unfortunately, it doesn't get picked up here. He's looking there. So they pass the guy. He passes the guy off to nobody. He passes him off to Emery, and it's not that's a tough for Emery right here. You can see here when Emery has to throw this. He starts throwing it now. The receiver has not come out of his break, so tries to anticipate a little bit. And then also, or when you're throwing and you can't step into your throw, what tends to happen a lot of times, the ball sails on you. Emery is almost horizontal when he releases this ball, so it's going to sail a little bit for the pick. A little bit unlucky. Really good, kind of a good scheme by Alabama up front in that game. and Florida just wasn't able to pick it up. And unfortunately, it results in an interception and a short field for Alabama. I thought this was a really good play by Emory here. This is something Florida. So we saw Florida kind of the tight end on the three receiver side kind of play with the run for a second, and then flat. So kind of block and release. This is something they did a few times during the night where you'd kind of fake run to the running back, and he would run like he was running a wheel. And the tight end would come from the same side, release through the line of scrimmage, and run a shallow. This is something they did a little bit last year. I think Trask hit one like this against Arkansas. But these guys, the outside receivers are running these guys out of there. I think if you have the wheel of the running back, you can take it. But they're assuming what's great about this play is if he sees the running back, let's say the linebacker sees the running back, he just flies out to the wheel. Well, then you just drop it to the tight end, right? And you'll see this play come up a few different times during the game. But this is a great job right here of avoiding the rush with a really good player, getting your eyes downfield, snapping your hips, making the throw. What could have been a big loss turns into a 5-yard gain on first down, which always puts you in gets you a manageable situation. So here you go, motion right here. Motion, formation into the boundary. So you motion into formation in the boundary. Now look what you got there. So Florida kind of came out with this on the previous drive. They come out in this look right here. Without motioning to it, they come out in this look. He's off on top of number 2. There's not really an edge outside there, right? He's going to be kind of playing that. So now when I motion to it, safety gets out of there. All right. So motion to a 3-receiver surface. Safety rotates to the middle of the field. Safety comes down. He comes in to be my edge player. So now I can pitch off him. So now here's my pitch guy. Everybody else are in pretty good shape right here. So right there, I can block him. I get a good look at the second level. I get a good angle. And now I'm pitching off him. Good job getting to the second level here by the lineman. Good read of the option by Emory. He widens. Get vertical. Good cut. And you see your right tackle's blocking 10 yards downfield. But watch, it's just motion, right? Motion and formation in the boundary. These are two things you'll see throughout the game. Get the safety out of there with the motion. Create a pitch guy outside. Give yourself leverage on these blocks. I got good leverage here. I don't got to do a ton. Then great read by the quarterback on the speed option. All right, so coming back here to second quarter. Florida started using this kind of motion too, and they crease one later. But it looks like almost like split zone. You kind of see what kind of play you get here. The hold. You see the safety coming down, rotating across. You kind of see a little bit of pause back here with the linebacker. Able to get to him. Pretty good job here up front. You're able to get the backer. Then use the motion to kind of hold some guys backside. Right, bluffing. The end comes down and makes a play, but later on you'll see Emory starts pulling a couple of these for big plays. Again, right here. Ball's not on the hash, but it's definitely shading this hash. So again, formation into the boundary. What does that get you? It gets you one-on-one out there. Safety's all the way in here. So it's a true one-on-one with you got basically hash to sideline all to yourself. Florida would like a better throw here from Emory. I thought this was one of his this was kind of one of the bad throws. He didn't have a ton of them. I thought even some of the misses later, he was trying to aim it away from people. But this is one you'd like to have back, and he hits it later, obviously. Good pass protection here by the back. Watch the back step up. But this is what Mullen was trying to get one-on-ones with his receiver, give him a chance. And we see later in the game that causes some pass interferences and some also you hit the back shoulder to Henderson later in the game. Right here, motion out on third down. Hitch. Kind of fade here. Coming across the motion of the back. You're hoping it pulls guys out of there and opens up this middle. Which it does. You see him he's not quite sure what to do. He starts to widen out. But right here, you see him open in the middle there. I think you're also going to have a curl coming here that he could have come to as well. Makes the right read. Good ball. Good catch for a third down conversion. Motion. So this one right here, Alabama's got well, they decided, right, one thing we saw a couple weeks ago, FAU did, right? They did this piggybacking thing, right, where a lot of times if a safety comes over the top of number 2, he's coming, the safety's coming to replace, right? So this is definitely a blitz indicator. Florida catches them going to the field. You see he starts to rotate back to the middle. He says, dude, you still got the blitz. He's going to come back and blitz off the edge. But that's just an indicator to watch for when you watch games. Watch when these two guys are stacked like that, when you got a safety coming down over top of a nickel. A lot of times that's a blitz indicator. So Florida's going to motion. This is going to be the old shovel. This is also another play where I think Emory could have held it a little longer. I don't think, after running so much speed option, you know you're going to get flow to that speed option. You're hoping you get a hold up there. You got the pulling guard coming. Right here, I think that's a little quick. You want to press this outside a little more. I think if he presses this outside a little bit more, waits a little bit longer here, to where he can catch it where this guy isn't a factor in the play. I think you've got like a little lane there for the shovel. Maybe a little bit longer on that, holds it a little bit longer would be a better play. But he makes the correct read. Just I think the timing's got to get a little bit better on this. You get what you want. You get all this movement out there. And you get that. If you can get him to widen out a little bit more, now you got yourself a really good play. Good catch. Get you a couple yards, but could have been much bigger there. Motion. Blitz. I thought this was a good job by Emory just getting something on this. You don't always have the perfect play call on. They bring some pressure here. Good job picking it up. I mean, look at right there. That's a great job by Malik Davis. Look at this pickup right here. That's beautiful. I mean, put him down on his knees. Emory is able to kind of scoot forward for a couple yards. Sometimes, right, you're looking to take a shot maybe. You maybe could have got something there, but he's got pressure in his face. He's underneath that. That's not quite ready. Sometimes the best thing to do is just tuck it down and get a couple yards, right? Pull it down, get a few yards, go to the next play. He does that. Florida gets in 3rd and 7 here. Quarterback power. Right? 4 to a side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 up top. You got to make them a count number, so let's just count these guys all out of the play. They're going to be involved in a different play. Not a bad job here. I think maybe keep that thing inside there. Keep it a little bit tighter, which Emory's shown the ability to do. Maybe keep it inside right there. Looks like you got a lane right there. He tries to kind of bounce it. Maybe he feels that coming from the backside. Gets you in a manageable 4th down situation. And then Florida comes back with the late release. Alabama catches them in a blitz right here. Perfect play call for Alabama. I think this is one Mullen probably would want to have back right here in this situation. Alabama just got you right here. It happens, right? First of all, this guy's a freak. It's tough to block him. So it's going to be tough for you to hold him and then get out, and then they're bringing another one. So here, this is tough. Emory's trying to get the ball out of his hands fast. The speed out may be good. It didn't get out there. But this is just a really good play call by out on the Alabama end right there. Really good call by them, bringing pressure, especially because you can kind of disguise it with this bunch. Right? It's tough if you're going to run away from that bunch. You can disguise this pressure and bring it from there. And then when you bring that end inside too, it really kills this play right here. So, not the best call right here. Good call by Alabama. They win that rep, obviously, right? You see here, this thing's pretty much dead on arrival. There's not much that could be done here by Emory. Really, he's just trying to get the ball out of his hands. But that thing, it happens so fast, there's not much you can do. Just sometimes the other team has the better call, and they had it here. Next drive, Florida's looking to push the ball downfield a little bit. Again, another good play by Emory. I think in the first couple weeks, these are the plays he was forcing. I think he was trying to keep up with Anthony Richardson. Richardson's hitting some bombs. He's making some huge plays. That forces you to press when you get back in the game to try to match him. Here, he kind of had the whole game to himself. He doesn't press. Go and get 5-6 yards on first down. That's a great play. You're staying ahead of the change. You're staying ahead of schedule, right? This is a good hard run for a yard. Wasn't blocked great. I mean, this dude's just really good. He's a first-round pick, right? Just missed him. I mean, he's able to kind of he's able to get tight to that edge right there of the blocker. Good hard run to even kind of get out of that. But you only pick up one. But since Emory picked up 6 on first down, now you're still in third and manageable. Motion. Again, formation in the boundary motion. This is just a tough play. I think you're gonna hear a lot of chatter about this is this and that, but this is kind of a tough look, right? Because really this is the pitch man, right? We're blocking him. We're pitching off him. This is the pitch man. Well, he kind of goes inside and actually hurts. What Florida would like to happen here is that I can get around this guy. Maybe they need to arc the tackle here, but he tries to go the inside path to get there, right? Maybe if he arcs, it's easier with the path the end takes. But once the end takes his path, it becomes tough. It's a tough read. It gets muddy, right? Because if this is the guy we're supposed to read, well, he's out of the play now. He took himself out of the play, right? Emory's not gonna pitch off that. So then my tackle's chasing the guy he's supposed to get to, and then he just kind of strings it out. Maybe in a perfect world, but this is football. It's not played like this. But if these guys were robots, maybe they would all automatically know. All right, maybe he's the new pitch guy now. He took himself out of the play. Maybe it's a scrape exchange for the zone read. He's the new pitch guy. Now I'll get vertical. Emory can follow him. But they're not robots. This is just kind of a really tough look. Again, sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get unlucky. I think Florida's more unlucky here. Could have been just a scrape exchange to try to get him to take, if there was a dive, right? And then he's over the top for the quarterback. Kind of unlucky. He does a good job stringing it out. And then unfortunate you don't get kind of a horse collar tackle there, which probably should have been called. You're off the field. Defense is playing well, though, so you get the ball back. Good hard run by Naquan right here. This is just straight zone. Good job. You see Alabama's bringing an extra guy off the backside of the back for the quarterback. Good hard running. Gets you good yardage on first down. You're in 2nd and 6. It's a good situation to be in. Here it is again. This is kind of the same look right here. So here now you get the back wheeling. He's out of there. You get the linebacker matching him on this one, right? We talked about that. If he matches him, you catch him in a blitz, which is right. We talked about sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. You catch him in a corner blitz. So now the safety's coming to take the receiver. Emery, they had roll him. He does a good job. He sees that this wheel is going to get taken. Good job of Emery readjusting his eyes down to find the tight end coming across. Makes a throw while getting hit. The back gets a block, and you get a big play there. Really good play all around. Good play here by Emery. Kind of not getting flustered, looking to the wheel, dropping it down to the tight end. Again, right here, he gets hit as he throws. Right on time, right on target. Really good throw there by Emery. So this is one that is not this one maybe you want back here. This is a throw that maybe he can make, but doesn't mean he should make. This one, it's just a little bit this is a tough window right here. You'll see it there. That's a tough window to make this deep out throw into, and then you can just drop it down to the back. Can you make that throw? Yes. Like, do you have the ability to make it? Yeah, I think he does. Deep corner. Right here, when he's thinking about throwing, you see what he sees. His hips are turned inside. You trust your receiver to win on that. When his hips are turned inside like that, he kind of gets hands on him and undercuts a little bit. And that's where you want to miss, right? If he misses short, that's inside, that's picked. You want to miss there. But the easy throw is here, right? But as someone that played and coached a position in the past, I understand what he sees. He sees his hips turn inside. He sees that right there. The corner's out of there. It's really just a one-on-one. But it ends up just being a tough throw. But maybe next time I'll just drop it off to him, let him run. But again, it's not a wrong, terrible decision, I don't think. It just ends up being a tough throw. 2nd and 10. Go empty. And this is one here. This is obviously a poor throw of his. In my opinion, he's trying to throw it away from this guy, and he kind of tries to aim it instead of just throwing it. Right here, if he just puts it on him, on his body, on this hip right here, he's in good shape. I think he's worried about this guy coming underneath it. And it also could be maybe he expects Shorter to settle right here, further away from the guy. You want to create as much distance between you and this guy as possible. He kind of settles a little more inside. So maybe he's expecting him to settle here. Maybe he's throwing it away. It ends up being kind of one of his worst throws of the day. Looks bad on TV. Gary Danielson calls you out. Says take all the throws off the play sheet. I think you even get some boos in the crowd, which is unfortunate. But could have been a bad throw. Could be trying to throw it away from the defender. Could be expect the receiver to settle a little sooner. Could be any of those, really. But whatever it is, it's 3rd and 10. You got the ball in the 45. Quarterback power. Some more boo birds come out. 3rd and 10, but you're in 4 down territory. You don't want to be in 4th and 10. If you can get yourself to 4th and 5 or something more manageable, much better. You get yourself to 4th and 6, and what do we see again? 1, 2, 3, formation into the boundary, 1-on-1. Safety's all the way in here. He's not going to be able to help. And then down here, another reason safety's not going to be help. Back free releases. Now the safety's got him. If you want that, you got the 1-on-1 right there. But take the 1-on-1 outside to Copeland. Well thrown ball. Give your guy a chance. Defender's got to interfere. Get you a flag. Keeps the drive going. Next play after the flag, we talked about using the motion again. Compress formation into the boundary. Motion. Watch the play you get with the motion right here. First of all, you get him running all the way across formation. He's running across formation. They're widening out here. They're widening to play the motion. He's got eyes on 2 there. He's got eyes on 1. He's playing the middle of the field. And then you'll see from the back view, just a beautiful double team. I think I said on Twitter this may have been the greatest double team of the Dan Mullen era to this point. And a great hard run by Malik Davis. But watch from back here. Again, the motion gets him out of position, freezes him along with Emery being able to keep it, freezes all these guys back here. So basically, motion and Emery, they're all out of the play. Watch this double team right here. He's got eyes on Gamble. He's got eyes on Shorter. He's the high safety. Beautifully done. Well done here to reach this guy. And then a great run for a touchdown right here. Next drive, motion, quarterback counter. Again, if nobody goes out, I think he's got the option to throw this. He goes out. What does that do? What does him going out do? Well, I don't have to worry about this guy coming off the edge, right? If he comes off the edge, I just throw it to the back. So he widens out. My center does a great job of blocking back. Look at this block back by the center. Good movement here by the left side of the line of scrimmage. Pretty good blocking up front. Hold that block a little bit longer by the right guard. And you got a pretty good play here. Right there. If we hold that one a little bit longer, now you got Emery through that crease, one on with the safety. But good pickup on first down. Go empty here. Empty, you kind of get your slot receiver matched up with the linebacker. This was a Kadarius Toney special last year. I'm not sure if this is a juke route or just a slant or an in route, but he kind of hesitates, then beats him across face here. Easy money right there. As soon as you see him turn to wall this thing off vertical, you see he's got eyes here. As soon as he sees that thing walled, I'm coming right back down here. You see, bang, eyes switch right here to this route. Put it on him. Good job not fumbling, holding on to the ball there. But this is kind of the wide view here. This is something that seemed like Florida liked right here. Is hitch. We'll go back to the beginning and draw it up. Hitch, fade rather, and then kind of that middle. I don't know if it's a juke or just a slant or they're reading it in the middle there. But good route by Wells. Good job by Emery confirming that inside backer is going to wall that. Here you go. 4 to a side. Puts defense in some binds right here. Motion out to empty. Want to take a shot. Smart by Emery to pull it down here. This is what I think it's good. These plays don't look good on the stat sheet, but they're a lot better than picks, right? Pull it down. This isn't blocked bad. You just kind of, nobody gets open. I mean, this might be a hold here. I don't know. I'm not a referee. But nobody gets open. Take off. A couple guys get dislodged late. Come up and make a play. 2nd and 12 here. This is really not a bad job. I think this ends up with the holding call. But again, look, formation in the boundary. So you make sure we're gonna put guys there. So I'm gonna run it to the boundary. Really pretty good job besides the receiver holding here. So you're in 2nd and 12 already. You get this holding call. This is a pretty good job by the line of scrimmage here. You know, if you just get that block there and no hold, you've got a pretty good play right there. It's a pretty good job of reaching these guys outside zone, doing it. That's a good job up front. The progress that's been made up front, I think, is really, really good to see. 2nd and 19. So this ends up as kind of a bad play, but this is a good call. Alabama gets lucky here. I don't know if Emery has this option on this play. I think he does, but I don't know because they are trying to set up this screen here. So Alabama's actually going to blitz. With this motion, he becomes the 4th guy. with that linebacker blitzing, Alabama's only got 3 over here. I'm guessing that it's not part of the. I'm guessing, I don't know if he has the option to throw it. If he does, when he sees that blitzing backer, he's got to throw that thing, and you just hope you get some good blocks out there and you got the ball in space to your back. What kills the play on the screen over here is this blitzer throws off the timing, right? If this guy's not blitzing, Emory does not have to throw the ball yet. Emory's throwing the ball like now. That gives time for the lineman to get out. So let's look at this play just from if the blitz doesn't happen, right, and you get time. He looks like he's coming to kick flat. So he's kicking him out. He's looking upfield. He's going to be doing the same thing. He just released his end. We're not throwing the screen until this guy gets much closer. So you got one for him, you got one for him, and you got one for him. This could be a huge play right here. The blitz makes everything happen a little quicker. I'm not quite able to get there to kick him out. He actually beats me to the ball there because he sees the ball being thrown and he breaks on it. Right? If this thing can hold a little bit longer, he's starting to drop a little bit. If you can hold that thing a little bit longer, this might be a really good play. Because right here, if you got that, he's going to get him, hopefully, right? And then you got another one lead blocking out there. You got a good play set up. Unfortunately, you got to get a bit unlucky. I think Alabama get a little bit lucky here, but good play by the end up top. But it gets thrown off here. My one question to Mullen is he allowed to throw this? Or is this all window dressing? If he's allowed to throw that, man, that's not a bad play either. Take that thing and throw it. If it's all window dressing, then this is kind of what happens. So, could be a bad mistake. Could just be, I think it's just kind of unlucky. Could have been a really big play. Ends up putting you in a big loss, and you just kind of run the ball and get out of there. Right. So first drive of the second half here, by himself. Formation into the boundary. Are we seeing a pattern here? Get the one-on-one over there. Give yourself a good ball. Interference. Gets the ball moving. Ball's in the middle. So not really formation of the boundary. Here's the bluff that I was talking about in the first half. You go like you're going to kick out, and then you bluff him. This is what I think they were trying to do initially. They got messed up. Right here, as soon as he goes inside, he's a dead man. You got the lead blocker there for you. And you pick up a big gain there on first down with the bluff. I think that's what they're going for in the first. You had a bust on it. Whatever, you come back to it. This is a really good play by Emory here. Good play getting this blitzer. Not the best job right here inside. I think you want, as you get this movement, looks like you might have the slide going this way possibly. So he might be one-on-one back here. So he goes inside. It's tough. Bring the blitzer. Good job getting a piece right there by the back. Emory does a good job getting out of the pocket. Finding Copeland for a first down here. Really good job there by Emory keeping his eyes downfield. Making the throw on the run. Kind of across his body a little bit. Obviously a very talented guy. You get a little bit of run through here. So this is a tough one, right? He's gonna engage the guard right away. He's gonna go backside, so the center kind of leaves him. Tough for this guy to get to. I think they're just kind of wrapping him, almost pinning and pulling that. That's tough. That's tough right there. But since he goes backside, he kind of takes himself out of the play on this wide zone. Good job by the back. Hitting this thing 100 miles an hour. He gets vertical. Not able to get there. Good hard run there. And a good job by the front side of the line of scrimmage here. All right, good job right here. So maybe they got a little lucky there. Unlucky in other places. So it all kinds of evens out as the game goes. little inverted veer almost here, right? Kicking out, trying to get some play, some widened play with this, and really I'm just kicking there. He's wrapping inside. I'm following that. Inside there. Looks pretty good. Just got to hold that block a little bit better there on the edge. That's your edge player getting off the block. He does a pretty good job there. If that's a little cleaner, you got yourself, I think, a decent little lane there. Might have lost the block late, but 2nd and 1, good hard run for the first down. Really good cut here just to get something. They played this pretty well right here. He squeezes down. He's able to get there. You see kind of when, right, we talked about them a lot of times having the guy here, motion him across to get the safety out, or having a guy here for this safety, right? When you don't do that and you leave it too high, this is what the safety's going to do, right? He can come fill right here for run. They try to get him by having the back on this side, but Alabama does a pretty good job playing this. It's a good job by the back just to get vertical and get downhill. But like when you leave the safeties unblocked, they can come downhill like this, and that's why earlier you saw them, I think, block the safety. Try to get a little change up on it. Alabama plays it pretty well. Motion across, safety comes down. There you go. Just what we just talked about, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Motion him across, get him down, but now you got a blocker for him. He rotates to the middle of the field. And look at this angle. It gets this guy too. He's up on the edge, but that's a great angle to get to that 2nd level. It may make it even easier for you. That's my read. He comes inside. Thank you very much. Easy pitch all day. Good pitch. Good job. There's your tackle right there. This is your tackle getting that 2nd level on linebacker. Good job downfield by the receivers. Really tough to defend the option. I think Florida fans saw that quite a few years ago and out in Arizona. But when you run the option, well, it's tough to defend. Really good job there up front. Empty. Again, you kind of technically have formation in the boundary here. Screen. Right here is forced to throw it high to get it over this defender. Great catch. Good job blocking there, giving him a chance to come down with it and just getting what you can. This Alabama defender makes this tough right here. Concept is good, though. There for there. Good job getting what you can get. Right here, your back's got to do a little bit better job here. This is one. These guys were kind of going at it. They've got some physical dudes right here. You're just running power. You got to kick out on the safety. You're wrapping for the inside. This looks like a pretty good play right here. These guys kind of hit and recoil, and the safety's able to come off and make the play here. You saw Pierce go up and pick Emery up after this play, and you can kind of tell he's probably like, oh, that was on me there, buddy. Other than that, if you get that, he may be able to skip through there and score. Good play by the Alabama safety coming downhill. I mean, that's a really good play. That's the guy you got playing, one high safety. Sometimes that guy's probably a pretty good player. Right here, you get a slant and kind of confuses you a little bit. You overstep it. He's trying to get the 2nd level, but you got a really good play, I think, here. If not for that, you go 4 receivers into the boundary. Again, if you cut the defense in half right here. Let's get some of this off. If you cut the defense in half right here, let's say we'll count him. So we've got 2 on 2, except we don't need to block this one because we're going to pitch off of him in the run game, right? So if we got 2 for 1 here and then up to there for anybody coming back into the picture. So once he crosses and comes into the picture, now we got 2 for 2. We're in good shape. Right here kind of oversteps, lets Anderson get in there. That causes Jones to have to pitch it early. And now the guy I should be reading can play pitch. So that was just an inside problem right there. Pierce does a great job of getting something out of this, but this should have been a touchdown. This should have been a walk-in. Right here, look at that there. If this is blocked right here, Jones pitches off of him, and one of these guys walks in. Because look right there. Great job by the right tackle getting up the second level. This ball would be, Emery would be here. This guy would have to make a choice if he's there. Now I'm pitching it to Pierce when he's about here. And he just got to beat this guy to the end zone. Instead, I got to pitch it really early. And this is what happens, and you're lucky that Pierce is able to get what he gets out of it. Puts you in a 4th and 1 situation. This is just straight inside zone, it looks like here. Good job up front. Watch the center here. Left guard does a good job. Left tackle here does a good job. I think this is kind of what they want to go to, something similar to this in the last play here. Squirts in for a touchdown. Now, special teams puts you back up on the goal line here. Missed first down, second down. I think this is one he's trying to aim right here. If he misses this inside, this is a walk-in touchdown, pick 6, easy. I think he's trying to aim it instead of just throwing it naturally. And he throws a nice little bounce pass here. That's good for the skills competition, but not great for Saturdays. But then he comes right back, very next play. So right here we're going to push vertical, try to push these guys vertical, and then come underneath there. Great throw and catch here. Great run after catch by Naquan Wright. Get you out of the shadow of your own goalpost. Get you moving a little bit. Right here, again, a throw you can make. And this actually is, he makes this throw here. It looks dangerous, but this is one of those ones where if the guy catches it, you're talking about what a great throw, you throw to the needle. When he drops it, you're talking about how dangerous is this. But you'll see here, this throw is pretty good. You're hoping your guy can do something for you and catch that thing. But he doesn't, so you're in second down. A little wrinkle here I didn't think Florida showed a ton of. So we talked about split zone, slicing it when I'm coming down, kicking out of the end man. Florida does kind of like a wham here, where they're actually going to kick out an interior guy. So you get a nice block here. So I just leave him. I can go right to the second level. He thinks he's not getting blocked. I come in here and ear hole him. I think Gamble actually hurts his shoulder there, but that's a bigger dude you're blocking, but breaks a huge run off of it with just this little change up, little wham play, change it up. That guy's not used to being kicked like that. Great job, great change up from Florida in the middle of a game. 1st and 10. Now a little bit of a bluff. This is when I think if Emery keeps, he's got a big play here, but a great run by Naquan Wright. He bounces it. I'm not sure the mesh point stuff here, but right here he's bluffing that. You got a blocker there. I think if Emery just keeps this thing, he's got a pretty good play too. He gives it. Naquan Wright does a great job of bouncing this thing out and getting something out of nothing. I'm not sure. That's kind of that Wake Forest Clausen mesh point stuff. I don't really get it, but works right here. But I think if Emery keeps it, he's got even bigger play. Hard run there by Wright. Another good run here. Again, to me, it looks like power lock. There's nobody on the line of scrimmage here. He stays outside with the motion. Right, so we start with his motion. You know you're going to get kind of the lighter. If you start here, you're going to get the lighter guy out over number 2. He motions in. He's not going to come down the line of scrimmage. So now you have down blocks here. Your tight end can go right to the linebacker at the second level because you don't really got to block an end man. Then you pull the guard around. That little guy tries to come there. He gets swallowed up. Great cut on the run by Wright. Well, this is good design. Instead of having to kick this guy out, by putting the slot here, you get the smaller guy, the safety kind of down here, and now your guard's coming to get him. You don't have to kick anybody out. You don't have to lock on. The tight end can go right to second level. Really good job blocking there by the tight end, and a good run. This one's just, it happens sometimes. You get beat across face here. I'm not sure if he needed to be in such a hurry, but it's outside zone, so maybe they don't have a call for, hey, slow down, help me out. But he's gone. It's outside zone. You got to get there. You get beat across face. This is what happens. That happens every now and then, but that's why some guys will cut on the backside there. But you don't want him creating a pile if your quarterback might pull it and run it there. Kind of unfortunate, but 2nd and 14, got to get yourself back into a good situation here. Again, go to the speed option. Again, motion. What do we get with the motion? You get the safety out here to the middle of the field. Now the end actually widens a little bit here. Maybe this is kind of their answer. Good job here by the guard. Tackle's able to get to the second level there. He widens. Emery keeps it. Gets vertical. Gets yourself in a good play for 3rd and 9. What do we have here? Formation into the boundary. The back out. And then you got the back shoulder up top. But look at all the room. Where's the safety? He's stuck in here. And I also got a 1-on-1 right there if I like it. But this is a great back shoulder throw. Great placement. Great catch right there by Henderson. Again, those highly rated guys are worth something, right? Really good placement right here. And again, if he wants that one, he's got that one too. But I like he takes the outside throw. Really good placement. Great catch. 1st down. Motion 4 to a side. I got to match numbers out here. And in fact, I'm going to take this linebacker and put him all the way out there. Now I've just got a safety and one backer in the box. Florida's able to get movement up front and score a touchdown there to get this into a tight game. Last real drive of consequence here for Florida. Again, motion. Here it is again. Delay into the tight end, kind of block and delay for a second. Widen him. Block. Get lost. Pretty good job getting lost. Quarterback Roland's going to widen him out a little bit. Good throw away from the defender here, and then good run after catch right here. That's not exactly how you teach it, but that's a really good job. Again, this is a good play in a high-pressure situation. This is high leverage right here. Drop it in there, make an accurate throw away from the defender. Great run after the catch. Get you a 1st down. And this is awesome. This is exactly what you want to see. This is a guy that's starting to process things a little faster. It's not there. Take off. That's all you got to do. If it's not there, take off. Make yourself really hard to defend. Nothing's there. I'm going to take off with it. Great run. Another 1st down. You're moving the ball down the field. This one was just a couple whiffs up front. I think this is just kind of a miscommunication. That's exactly what the tackle thinks he's coming there, and he's going to the second level. He thinks the tackle might stay on, and he's going. You kind of get 2 guys not quite sure. That guy gets cut loose, And now I got to cut back into another guy that got cut loose. Just not the finest hour here. So now after a penalty, you're in 2nd and 17. Just trying to get some of it back. Here is a fumble. This could have been a read. I'm not sure if we had the back view of this. He may have been reading this here. I don't think so, just the way, unless he was looking at the second level here, because they're trying to cut that guy. Emery tries to pull it. Just a little miscommunication there. This is probably one of the plays of the game. If Florida comes back and somehow wins, this play goes down. Free rusher. Great job here by Emery. Again, motion. Great job by Emery of kind of moving in the pocket, understanding that I'm going to have a free rusher from this side. I need to move. Setting his feet while getting smoked. A catchable ball that gets you in a 4th and manageable situation. Right here, he kind of sees it happening. He sees this is happening, and he knows my protection may not be there, so he just moves a little bit in the pocket, and he starts throwing this before Whittemore's even looked. So he's throwing with a little anticipation before he gets hit, puts it on him, gives himself a chance on 4th down. Here's kind of the sky view of it there. You see they're bringing it. They kind of get Florida thinking maybe they're going to bring something from the field here. They drop out. Emery does a good job finding time and then finding Whittemore wide open down the middle of the field for a big play. Don't catch the beginning of this one, but they're all bunched up tight, vertical. Just try to run him off their butts there, just to kind of a natural rub, a natural pick, some would say. Great job by Whittemore getting the ball out and extended to get that 1st down. Again, the motion here to hold the backside of this run. This is kind of the same look that Davis scored on. Time's up pretty good. He gets held. He gets held by the motion. He's held a little bit. Florida does a pretty good job up front here. And good patient run by Davis to find the hole. And he keeps churning and burning for 8 yards there. Ran this on 2nd and 1 earlier. Here it is on 2nd and 2. Widen. You get kind of a short edge here. He kind of plays this down, so I guess you're looking to log him. This is kind of a tough look. He ends up coming in to make the play. I think you're hoping he gets held a little bit by the back. But still enough for a 1st down. 1st down here. Outside zone. This is just a crazy play. Again, another one where you actually get a decent block here. He takes his man to the ground. They're trying to run some kind of game, right? And this guy just makes a great play. It's kind of getting hands on it. And this is kind of a little confusion. If he just gets to the 2nd level and maybe you get out of this. But, this guy makes a play from his stomach. They got guys on scholarship, too, and they're really good. So that's a good play by them. 2nd and 13. Formation into the boundary. 1-on-1 with a lot of room over here. Get the back out of there. They peel him instead of him, right? They think they might take the linebacker out, but they take the end instead. But he starts to widen a little bit. Emery's able to kind of put it in there. Fit it past the linebacker to get you in a 3rd and manageable. And then this time you got it kind of spread with 2 on each side. This time they take the backer, does come out, and they rush the edge. Emery does a good job of just knowing, all right, that backer's gone. I know I've got this on the backside there. Great job of putting it on him. Really good catch here, I thought. You're going to get some contact for a big 3rd down conversion in the very next play. Motion across again, right? Instead of getting the big edge on the outside, since he's coming over, I'm getting like a safety or a smaller guy on the edge here. Just well designed to get you the blocking you want, the matchups you want kind of in the blocking. Good job here. Again, looks like power lock to me. Lock that. great job pulling around here. Right guard, great job. Great cut by the back. Alabama wanted a hold there, but it was really his helmet. His hand got caught in the helmet, I think. But great, this is a great job up front right here. I don't think a lot of people, if you would have told them Florida was going to just dominate up front like they did for a lot of the game, that they would have believed you. This was a really good job by Coach Hevesy and his group in this game. This one, I'm not quite sure. They said somebody was lined up wrong. Somebody went wrong. It looks a little bit like the play Pierce scored on from the 3-yard line. So they might be thinking, hey, 3 yards out, let's do it. It looks good for a second, but ultimately they come up short. But you see, Florida did a ton of stuff to get things in the proper looks they wanted. I thought Emory Jones played pretty well. But a lot of movement, a lot of shifting, getting exactly what you want from the defense, getting the right matchups in the passing game and the running game. I thought it was a really well-called game from Dan Mullen. And the offensive staff did a really good job getting ready. Unfortunately, fell just short, but I think it's a sign of good things to come in the future.